This is my best melee weapon run 2 years ago. Almost no damage in this mission, but it's still a lucky run. You immediately need luck in the beginning. The second guy might shoot you really quick. If you don't want to rely on luck, take out the third guy first. But it can cause other problems, because it takes more time. And if you don't eliminate the first wave fast enough, the second wave can be a real problem. This is another part that depends on luck. When using AA, you are forced to stand still. Although, starting your jump from a position hidden from the ground enemies greatly lowers the chance of getting shot, but it's still pretty risky. To end your no damage run, it only needs a single bullet. Now it's the second wave. As soon as the enemy lands, rush in. Then take down the helicopter. It lets you skip fighting several enemies. From this point on, you need luck, because you have no idea what the enemy above you is doing. So why not take out the enemy above you first? Because they are a pain in the ass. They can shoot you in the position where your melee weapon simply can't reach them. But of course, you can't really blame the game for that. Who knows, some guy would attempt the no damage melee weapon only run on this mission. The game isn't obligated to be designed around that. Alright, here comes the third wave. Pushing this guy into the corner. That way, the other enemies are less likely to attack you while you're dealing with him.
Oh, come on, sir. You gonna ride out and steal all the credit? You got plenty of medals already, sir. We want some of the glory, too.
Now it's time to rely on luck again. There are a lot of enemies surround you. Fly high and group them up, then you can take them all out with a single AA. But while you're using AA, you always need luck. Of course, good position can reduce the chance of getting hit, but I haven't found a consistent way to avoid damage 100%. I didn't get hit in this run in the first 3 waves, but the next wave is extremely hard to do the no damage run. I failed in this wave. Maybe I need to use the chainsaw to beat the G1 Michigan and use AA to beat other enemies. I will try it in the future. This wave are really nasty. There are tons of enemies, and they all have shield, and they are using shotgun, not RPG. The RPG is easy to dodge, but the shotgun is not. I really need to try some other way to beat this wave. With the strategy you are seeing right now, I don't think a hitless run is possible. Or maybe it's not impossible, but it's way too luck-based. Of course, technically, it is possible to handle it with pure skill, because before the enemy shoots you, they will raise their guns. But for me, it's just too hard to keep track of every enemy. And this is not the last wave of enemies. There is another wave waiting you. If you don't take them out quickly, the next wave will show up, and dealing with both waves at once is not that easy. I really need to work out a reliable strategy for this wave. Alright, the next wave is all about skill. You don't need any luck here. There are a fair number of enemies, but they are spread out. If you follow the kill order I'm using, there is nothing to worry about. Just make sure you stay focused, so there is not much left to explain from here on. By the way, I forgot to use the Rusty's melee weapon, so I will use it tomorrow. And see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the final wave. I didn't take any damage during this part.